So first part in this is angles and their measurement. Angles and their measurement. I will tell from the basics, listen carefully. So what is an angle? What is an angle? Look at here. For the angle, two sides will be there. Look at. This is called initial side. Horizontal line we will take always. This is called initial side or initial ray. Initial ray. So suppose if we want to measure an angle of 30 degree, first we will draw this initial ray. And then we draw a ray which will be separable from this ray through an angle of 30 degree. Look at the terminal ray. I will measure an angle of 30 degree. And then draw the terminal ray. Just like measuring with a protractor. Suppose if you want to measure, you will keep the protractor here and then we will make an 30 degree and then draw the ray. Just like that only. There will be initial side. Suppose if you want to measure an angle, measure that angle. This is 30 degree. Draw the terminal side. These lengths are not important. Only the angle they are separated is important. Look at this is the initial ray. We want to measure an angle of 30 degree. We have measured an angle of 30 degree. This separation is 30 degree. We have drawn the terminal side or terminal ray. Terminal side. This angle is called 30 degree. It is denoted by theta. Let us say it is denoted by theta. Just whenever you want to measure the angle, first draw the initial side and then make an angle 30 degree and then draw the terminal side. If suppose angle is positive, measure in anti-clockwise direction. If angle is positive, measure in anti-clockwise direction. That means this is 30 degree plus 30 degree positive angle. Draw the initial side and then draw the terminal ray towards anti-clockwise direction. Measure the angle in anti-clockwise direction like this and then draw the ray. If the angle is positive, suppose if the angle is negative, suppose if you want to measure minus 30 degree, look at. Draw the initial ray. This is common for all. Draw the initial ray and then draw the terminal ray. Measure the angle in clockwise direction in this manner. So measure the angle 30 degree by using protractor and then we will draw the ray like this. So like this arrow we will indicate. That means angle we have measured in clockwise direction. This is called minus 30 degree. This is called minus 30. This theta is considered negative. Just if angle is positive, measure in the anti-clockwise direction and then draw the ray. If the angle is negative, measure in the clockwise direction and then draw the terminal ray. This is initial side and this is terminal side. If angle is positive, terminal side will be above. If the angle is negative, terminal side will be below the initial ray. Look at. Just simple, make it simple. If angle is negative, measure in clockwise direction. Clockwise direction. Clockwise direction. So angle generally 1 unit is degree. Angle 1 unit will be measured in degree. Angle is measured in 1 unit is degree. Okay. What is degree? Means suppose if you want to measure 360 degree, look at 360 degree. Suppose this is the initial ray. If you want to measure 360 degree, that means measure the angle 360 degree, one complete rotation. That means terminal ray and initial ray will coincide. Measure the angle of 60 degree means one complete rotation. Terminal ray and initial ray will coincide. This is theta equal to 360 degree. Theta equal to 360 degree. Suppose if you want to measure the angle minus 360 degree, look at. This is OA and we will measure the angle like this. So this is called one complete rotation. We have measured like the same angle. This will be considered minus 360 degree. This is called one complete rotation. So one complete rotation is angle how much? 360 degree. One complete rotation will be considered 360 degree. This circle symbol is degree. Now look at 1 degree, we will say like this. 1 degree is nothing but 1 by 360th part of 360 degree. 1 by 360th part of one complete rotation. That means how the angle will be? 1 degree means just a small angle. This is OA. In this complete rotation, 1 by 360th part means it will be very small angle. This is 1 degree. Positive angle I have told. 1 degree is nothing but negative angle means this side again minus 1 degree. 1 by 360th part of 360 degree. One complete rotation is called 1 degree. This is considered as 1 unit for measuring the angle. Suppose look at 1 degree is divided into again 60 parts. 1 degree is 60 minutes. 1 degree is 60 minutes. It is indicated like this. 1 degree is again, this 1 degree is divided into 60 parts. That is equal to 60 minutes. That means 1 minute is nothing but 1 by 60 into 1 degree. 1 by 60th part of 1 degree. 1 minute is nothing but 1 by 60 into 1 degree. This 1 degree angle is there. This angle divided into 60 part. One part will be very close to A. That is called 1 minute. That is also an angle. 1 minute is a very small angle, which is 1 by 60th part of 1/60th part of degree. That means it will be very close to A. That means 1/60th part of degree. That is 1 minute. And again, 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 minute angle is divided into 60 parts. 1 minute is 60 seconds. That means 1 minute is again that small angle is small. That small angle is divided into 60 parts. This is denoted like this. 60 seconds. That means 1 second is again angle 1/60th part of 1 minute. So usually units are degrees and then minutes and then seconds. Okay, now 1 degree is 1/360th part of 1 rotation. This is also angle. And then 1 minute is 1/60th part of 1 degree. And then 1 minute is 1/60th part of 1 second is 1/60th part of 1 minute. So degree and then minute and second. These are units of angle. Look at how to measure the angles. Look at. Suppose I am indicating like this. Suppose theta equals to 90 degree. We have to mark 90 degree. First we will draw the initial ray. Look at initial ray OA and then one right angle. So measure the angle. One right angle means draw the ray perpendicular to OA. Draw the ray perpendicular to OA plus 90 degree. That means this angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction. This angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction. This is theta equal to plus 90 degree. Suppose let us say first angle theta equal to minus 90 degree. Minus 90 degree. Same ray OA. Follow carefully. These basics are very important. If you know the basics, you will get in-depth level of subject easily. Okay. Draw the ray this side like this. You have to measure. So this angle negative. That means positive means measured like this. Negative means measured like this. This is nothing but minus 90 degree. When you measure in clockwise direction, it will be treated negative. Suppose let us say theta equals to let us say 120 degree. Theta equals let us say 120 degree. So that means 90 plus 30. 90 degree and then 30 degree. Look at 120 degree. You make an estimation. 90 degree means till here and then 30 degree extra like this. So this is 90 degree. You must have an idea and then 30 degree. That means this is 120 degree. Obtuse angle this is. More than 90 to 180 angle is called obtuse angle. This is theta equals to plus 120 degree. Let us say minus 120 degree. Let us say minus 120 degree. Draw the initial ray. Trigonometry will be easy if you know the basics perfectly. Look at measure like this. 90 degree means like this and then 30 degree. How it will be? Magnitude is 120 degree but measured like this. Till here 90 and now look at Amma. So suppose if we have to measure an angle of minus 120 degree. So measure, draw the initial ray and then measure in the clockwise. So this is 90 degree, 90 plus 30. That means this is what? This angle is nothing but theta equals to minus 120 degree. Minus 120 degree. Like that, suppose if you have to suppose theta equal to 180 degree. Theta equal to 180 degree. Look at. So look at this is the initial ray 180 degree means measure like this. Measure like this means terminal ray will come to the opposite side. So this is 180 degree. So this is 180 degree. This angle is nothing but this angle. If you measure this angle like this, it is 180 degree. Suppose minus 180 degree. Minus 180 degree. Look at. So this is OA. Now from here minus 180 degree means like this, the same ray will come, but this angle is 180 minus 180 degree. Same ray like this only. This angle is minus 120 minus 180 degree. So this angle is 180 degree and this angle is minus 180 degree. Suppose let us take next. Suppose theta equals to 225 degree. Suppose theta equals to 225 degree. That means 180 plus 45. This is. So this is initial ray. Now 180 means till here 180 and then 45 like this. Look at till here straight line 180 and then 45. That means this angle is nothing but 225 degree. 225 degree. Suppose theta equals to minus 225 degree. Minus 225 degree. Look at. So this is OA. So this is 180. This side 225. So this is 180 completed and then 45. So this angle will be. So this angle will be minus 225 degree. Just make it simple. Positive means from this side and negative means from this side. Minus 225 degree. Suppose let us say theta equal to 270 degree. Three right angles. So this is OA. So 180 is this plus 90. That means it will come here. This angle is what? 270 degree. This angle is 270 degree. Suppose minus 270. Look at. This is OA. So this is my 180 and then this is, so that means this angle is minus 270 degree. This angle is minus 270 degree. Like that angle measurement. How to indicate the angles. Suppose let us say theta equal to 360 degree. I already told 360 degree. One complete rotation. That means this is the angle. So OA, OB will be coincide. That means, so this angle, this is the ray. This angle is called 360 degree. Suppose minus 360 degree. So this is OA and we will measure like this. If you measure like this angle is minus 360 degree. This angle is 360 degree. This angle is minus 360 degree. Like that, how to indicate the angle? Suppose more than 360 angle will be there. Suppose look at theta equal to 390 degree. This is nothing but one complete rotation plus 30 degree. One complete rotation plus 30 degree. Look at, draw the initial ray as it is. Then measure the angle 390. Look at. From here we are measuring. From here till here 360 completed and then 30 degree. With the initial ray 30 degree. That means angle will be this. Angle will be this. So this angle is nothing but 390 degree with this 30 degree. So this complete rotation 360 plus 30. That means for 390 terminal ray will be this one. That will make an angle 30 degree with the initial ray. Of course, this complete angle is 390 degree. This angle is 30 degree only. This complete angle is nothing but 390 degree. That means for 30 degree and 390 degree, terminal rays are same. Terminal rays are same. That is how to measure any angle of magnitude. If positive, measure in anti-clockwise direction. If negative, measure in clockwise direction. That is the unit. Degree, minutes and seconds. That is 1 unit. Look at. Next unit is measurement of angle in radians. Measurement of angle in radians. In radians. Look at. For this, what I am doing is consider a unit circle. Unit circle means radius equal to 1. Unit circle means radius equal to 1. Look at, I am drawing a unit circle. This is a circle having radius 1 unit. Initial side, this OA I am taking as one radius. So this is OA. Initial side, this is initial side. Now I am taking terminal side like this. Terminal side, let us say OB. Let us say this angle is theta, positive angle. Where theta is positive angle. Now look at, this is one sector. This is, look at, sector. OAB is one sector. This is radius. This is radius. And let us say this AB length. Arc length is arc length. AB length is L, let us say. In this sector, initial side is OA. Whatever initial side is there, like that OA is this one. And then terminal side is B. This angle is, let us say, theta. And this is L. Look at. If R equal to 1, comma, L equal to 1, theta is called 1 radian. Theta is called 1 radian. Just like degree, it will be indicated like this. Theta equal to 1 radian. That means, look at, if radius equal to 1, and this arc length AB, if that is 1, then we will say that theta is 1 radian. Theta is 1 radian. As it is positive, we have measured in the anti-clockwise direction. This theta is called 1 radian. Theta is called 1 radian. This is 1 unit of measurement, 1 radian. Look at, we know the formula between L equal to R theta. L equal to arc length equal to R into sectorial angle. Theta is what? Sectorial angle. Okay, now. So if L equal to 1, R equal to 1. If L equal to 1, R equal to 1, theta is what? This definition came like this only. Theta is 1 radian. Theta is 1 radian. Suppose, that means just instead of degree, we will write radian. We will write radian. Suppose, like this, suppose angle is like this. Look at, this is the initial ray. This is the initial ray. And let us say we have drawn like this. We have drawn like this. So OB. Now this angle, let us say this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. Now we will say that this angle is nothing but minus 1 radian. Look at, R is 1 and L is 1. Theta you will get 1 only. But as we are measuring in the clockwise direction, we will say that minus 1 radian. Just like degree, if you measure in anti-clockwise direction, we will say that 1 radian, positive angle. If you measure in clockwise direction, we will say that minus 1 radian. Suppose, let us say, this is initial ray. This is terminal ray, let us say. This is, let us say, terminal ray. Let us say this arc length L equal to 1.5. 1.5 length. So this is 1, this is 1. So therefore theta will be what? Theta will be, so look at, theta will be L divided by R. Theta will be L divided by R. That means 1.5 divided by 1. What you will get? 1.5 means 1.5 radians here. Whatever theta we will calculate here, it will be in radians. That means this angle will be as it is. You are measuring in the anti-clockwise direction. This angle will be 1.5 radian, positive one. 1.5 radian, positive one. Suppose it is like this. Let us say this is the initial side. This. Now I have drawn the terminal ray like this. B. Now this is 1, this is 1. Now this L is 1.5. So that means theta you will get 1.5 only, but we will measure in the clockwise direction. Now this angle will be minus 1.5 radian. Minus 1.5 radian, because this angle measurement is in the clockwise direction from the initial ray. Like that, angle radian, that means angle radian unit, that will be calculated by using L equal to R theta. If arc length you know and this R you know, you will get the angle in radians. Now look at, suppose if L equal to circumference of circle, that arc length is circumference of circle. That R length is nothing but circumference of that L length, arc length, that means 2 pi R. That means L will be how much? L will be 2 pi into 1, because that is a unit circle. Now look at, if L, use L equal to R theta. Use L equal to R theta. L is 2 pi and R is 1. What you got? Theta equal to 2 pi radians. 2 pi means 2 pi radians. We will indicate like this, 2 pi radians. That means if this arc length is circumference, what happens? When arc length will be circumference? Look, this is OA. Circumference means this complete. That means the angle of rotation will be one complete rotation. The terminal ray will coincide this one. Terminal ray will be coincide with this one. If L is circumference, what happens? This B is there, this length is circumference, means this B will come and coincide with the initial ray. Now this angle will be complete rotation. Now theta is nothing but 2 pi radian. 2 pi radian. That means in radians, one complete rotation is nothing but 2 pi radians. One complete rotation. Therefore, one complete rotation equals to 2 pi radians. One complete rotation in degree. One complete rotation in degree is 360 degree. This angle and that 360 degree will be same. Therefore, 2 pi radians is nothing but 360 degree. That means pi radians is nothing but 180 degree. This relation is used for converting degrees into radians and radians into degree. Pi radians equal to 180 degree, or 180 degree equals to pi radians. In some cases, we will not write the symbol. Pi means 180 degree. Always we will not indicate the symbol in radians. If pi is given angle, that means pi radians we have to understand. Okay, now look at how to convert degrees into radians and radians into degree. Converting. Degrees into radians. 1 degree, we will use the formula 1 degree. Look at 1 degree is nothing but pi by 180 radians. Pi by 180 radians. Okay. 1 degree is nothing but pi by 180 radians. Suppose let us say x degree you want to calculate. X degree can be converted into like x into 1 degree. That means x degree will be converted by using the formula x into pi by 180 radian. This x degree equals to x into pi by 180 radian. Suppose let us say 30 degrees there, x degree. This is nothing but 30 into pi by 180. So 31s, 36s. That means this is nothing but pi by 6 radians, or it can be indicated like this. Pi by 6 radians. Pi by 6. Only pi by 6 you will write always. No need to use the symbols like this. Pi by 6, your writing means pi by 6 radians. No symbol is required. If it is given also, no problem. Look at that means in some cases 30 degrees pi by 6 radians. In some cases, this can be converted numerically also. Pi can be written 22 by 7. 22 by 7 means 22 by 42. That means 2 11s, 2 21s. If 11 by 21, if 11 by 21 value, suppose 11 by 21, so this comes out to be 5.238 radians. You can also write like this also. Pi is nothing but 22 by 7. You can convert into numerical value. Angle in pi is this one. You can convert into like this also. That means 30 degrees also equal to 5.238 radians. Just if you substitute, oh sorry, 0. 0.5238 radians. That means if pi is substituted 22 by 7, it will become numerical value. That means always radian angle can be converted into real number by substituting it as 22 by 7. This can give this, he can give the answer, or this can he will give the answer. Usually he will give the answer in radians. Just like that, if x degree is there, you convert into this. Suppose 120 degree. 120 into pi by 180. So 6 2s, 6 3s. That means 2 pi by 3. That is the angle which is equal to the angle in degree. Next, converting. Converting radians into degree. Converting radians into degree. Again use this relation only. Again use this relation only. 1 radian. We will use whenever pi is there, 180 degree you will write. Whenever pi is there equal to 180 degree, or 1 radian equals to 180 by pi 1 radian equals to 180 by pi degree. 180 by pi degree. Suppose look at pi by 4 is there. This angle is in radians. Whenever pi is there, just substitute 180 degree by 4. Whenever pi is there, 180 degree. Okay, now 180 degree by 4, that is nothing but 45 degree, or you can convert like this. Pi by 4 radian equals to pi by 4 into 180 by pi. You multiply radian angle with 180 by pi, then it will be converted into degree. So 4 ones 45 degree. Like that also you can do. Whenever pi is there, write 180 degree. That will be easy. Or otherwise, this complete angle into 180 by pi. For converting degree into radians, you multiply that angle with pi by 180. While converting radians into degrees, you multiply radian angle into 180 by pi. That is the conversion of degrees into radians and radians into degree. Look at 1 radian. One radian is equal to 57 degree 16 minutes. 1 radian angle is equivalent to 57 degree 60 minutes. You remember this one. 1 radian, just like 1 radian into pi by 180, you will get the value like that. 57 degree 16 minutes. Now you have known how to convert degrees into radians and radians into degree. Now look at quadrants. Quadrants. Now look at. I am drawing a horizontal line x-axis and a vertical line. Whatever I am drawing is called XY plane. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So this is positive x-axis, this is positive y-axis, this is negative x-axis, this is negative y-axis. Now, whatever the angle measurement is there in this XY plane, we will see. So look at, always we will take initial ray as positive x-axis. Always we will take OA. Always we will take OA. Initial ray as positive x-axis. Initial ray as positive x-axis. Now always we will measure with positive x-axis. Suppose if you want to measure an angle of 30 degree. So this is OA. With this we will draw a ray from the origin making an angle of 30 degree. So this is 30 degree. Now this angle is what? 30 degree. This angle is what? 30 degree. Like that we will measure. Now this will be treated as OA from now onwards. So that means 30 degree angle we will measure like this. Suppose minus 45 degree. This is OA. Minus 45. This is one right angle. So halfway. Like this we will draw a ray. So this angle is what? This angle is what? Minus 45 degree, because we have measured in clockwise direction. Clockwise direction. Like that, we can measure the angle. Suppose if you want to measure 120 degree angle. Suppose if you want to measure 120 degree angle. Suppose this is the initial ray. Now 120 degree with this one. This is 90 plus 30. Ray will come here. Ray will come here. That means this angle is what? 120 degree. This angle is what? 120 degree. Like that, any angle we can measure. Any angle we can measure. So positive x-axis can be treated as the initial ray. If the angle is positive, measure in the anti-clockwise direction with OX, and if the angle is negative, Measure the angle in clockwise direction with OX. Suppose look at this quadrant concept, whatever it is there. Look at. So this is always initial ray. That means this is initial ray means this is 0 degree. This ray itself is 0 degree. No measurement. Same ray. 0 degree. Now 90 degree. Suppose you have to mark 90 degree. Positive 90 degree means it comes where OY. So this is the angle. This is the angle 90 degree. This is the angle 90 degree. That means this ray is 90 degree. Or in radians pi by 2. 90 into pi by 180 in radians pi by 2. Suppose this angle is what? So 180 degree like this. Like this, this angle will be what? 180 degree. Look at. OX dash will be 180 degree or pi radians. 180 degree or pi radians. Right? Suppose if you want to measure 370, 180 plus 90. 180 plus 90. That means this ray, this is OA, this is OB. That means this angle is what? 270 degree or in radian, same 3 pi by 2. Suppose if you want to measure 360 degree, one complete rotation. That means this is 0 degree as well as 360 degree. As well as 360 degree. That means this is 0, this is 9 terminal ray. This is 90 degree ray, this is 180 degree ray, this is 270 degree ray, and again 360 degree ray. This part is there, this is called quadrant 1. This part is there, these 4 parts are there, those are called quadrant. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3, quadrant 4. That means in quadrant 1, what angle must be like in quadrant 1? In quadrant 1, any angle will be between 0 to 90. 0 to 90. 0 to 90. Draw any, this is between 0 and 90, not 0 included and 90 included, between 0 and 90. Suppose 30 degree, look at 30 degree if you want to draw, terminal ray will be quadrant 1. That means for all these angles, terminal ray will be in quadrant 1. Suppose if you want to draw 45 degree, terminal ray will be like this. Suppose if you want to draw 60 degree, terminal ray will be in quadrant 1. In quadrant 1, any angle will be considered 0 to 90 degree. 0 to 90 degree angle is there. We will draw the terminal ray in quadrant 1. In quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, this is called acute angle. If angle lies between 0 and 90. 0 less than theta less than 90 means theta is greater than 0 and less than 90. In between 0 and 90. Suppose in quadrant 2, how the angle will be? 90 degree to 180 degree. This is called obtuse angle. If the angle is greater than 90 and less than 180, it is called obtuse angle. Look at here. This ray is what? 90, this ray is 180. Suppose if you want to draw 120 degree, where it will come? In the second quadrant. They're just like between 90 to 180, whatever angle we will take, that terminal ray will come in quadrant 2. Suppose let us say quadrant 3. Look at this ray and this ray. Between 180 to 270. So between 180 to 270. This is radians means 0 to pi by 2. This is radians means pi by 2 to pi. This is radians means pi to 3 pi by 2. Pi to 3 pi by 2. Suppose quadrant 4. Quadrant 4. Quadrant 4, look at 270 to 360. That means this is 3 right angles. One right angle is pi by 2. 360 means 2 pi. 360 means 2 pi. Like that, if the angle lies between 0 and 90, we will say that in quadrant 1. In this segment, terminal ray will be. If the angle lies between 90 and 180, we will say that the angle is obtuse and it will lies in quadrant 2, this part. Terminal ray lies in this part. If the angle lies between 180 and 270, the angle will be in this part. Terminal ray will lie in this part. If the angle lies between 270 and 360, angle will lie in quadrant 4. Terminal ray will lie in quadrant 4. Like that, depending on the angle, this complete XY plane is divided into 4 quadrants. Whenever the angle is there, you have to write the quadrant in the future problems. Depending on the angle, you can choose the quadrant in which theta lies. So that is the quadrant concept. That is the quadrant concept of angles. Now we will come to the point, trigonometric ratios of an angle. Trigonometric ratios of an angle theta. Look at. Trigonometric ratios of an angle theta. Look at here. I have told quadrants. I will draw a diagram. All of you follow carefully. Look at. Suppose I have told about quadrants. Whenever you are drawing this diagram, you have to understand that quadrants. So this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4, and this is 0 degree, 90 degree, 270 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree, and again 360 degree, like this. Now look at it. In quadrant 1, look at quadrant 1, boundaries are what? OX and OY. This part, no, this is one boundary, this is one boundary. In this quadrant, always OX means positive X. X greater than 0, OY means positive Y. Always X greater than 0 and Y greater than 0. Because this is OX. In this, only positive real numbers will be there. In this, only positive real numbers will be there. That means in this part, only X greater than 0 and Y greater than 0 will be there. Look at. In the quadrant 2, this boundary is what? OX dash. That means in quadrant 2, X less than 0 and Y greater than 0. Because in this only negative real numbers will be there. In this only positive real numbers will be there. Like that in quadrant 3, this is X dash, this is Y dash. Always X less than 0, Y less than 0. In this OX, OY dash, that means X greater than 0, Y less than 0. In quadrant 1, X greater than 0, Y greater than 0. In quadrant 2, no need to remember X dash, Y, X less than 0, Y greater than 0, OX dash, OY dash, X less than 0, Y less than 0, OX, OY dash, X greater than 0, Y less than 0. Now coming to the trigonometric part. Okay, now look at. Now trigonometric ratios. Now trigonometric ratios formulas. Look at. We know the right angled formula. Look at right angled formula. First we will define right angle formula. Right angle triangle. In right angle triangle, I will draw the formula first. I will write the formula first. OA, let us say this is P. Let us say this is P. This is a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. Let us say this angle is theta. Let us say this angle is theta. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. If this angle is theta, opposite to this, it is called opposite side. This PA is called opposite side. Opposite to angle theta, it is called opposite side. Right? This is hypotenuse. Adjacent to theta, whatever the side is there, this is called adjacent side. This is called adjacent side. Let us say this is x. Whenever the horizontal line is there, horizontally is there line that we will consider as x. Let us say x. So now let us say this vertical is 1. Therefore, hypotenuse is nothing but root of x square plus y square. X square plus y square. Now, look at, I am writing trigonometric ratios. Ratios of angle theta. What is the definition is, you know, till here, sine theta. That means the sine is symbol only. Sine theta means this is one trigonometric ratio. Sine theta is opposite. O means opposite. O means opposite side. This is O, I will write. Opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side means y divided by this OP length. This OP length. This ratio is called sine theta. This ratio is called sine theta. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. This is one ratio. That's why it is called trigonometric ratio. This ratio, whatever you are finding out, this is called one ratio. That ratio is called sine of that angle. This is just symbol only. This ratio is important. That means y divided by hypotenuse is root of x square plus y square. That is sine theta. Now cos theta. This is nothing but adjacent side. What is this ratio is? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent side means what? X divided by OP. This is hypotenuse. So x divided by root of this ratio, whatever written, this ratio, whatever you got, this ratio is called cos theta or cosine theta. Both are same. Cosine theta or cos theta. Cos of that angle is nothing but this ratio. What is the ratio? Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. That ratio is called cos theta. Now look at tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but opposite divided by adjacent side. Opposite divided by adjacent side. Opposite divided by adjacent side means y divided by x. This ratio, whatever it is called tan theta. This is also called tangent theta. This is also called tangent theta. That means this is the ratio tan theta. Now look at cot theta. There will be 6 trigonometric ratios. Cot theta divided equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Look at adjacent divided by hypotenuse means you will get x by y, and this is also equal to tan theta. This is also called cotangent. Cotangent theta. Cot theta or cotangent theta. This is nothing but adjacent divided by opposite side. This ratio. So all are ratios only. Those ratios have names. That sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta. They are names. So next secant theta. So secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. Hypotenuse means root of x square plus y square divided by x. This is also 1 by cos theta. This is also called secant theta. Secant theta. So next, cosecant theta is nothing but hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Root of x square plus y square divided by, this is reciprocal of sin theta. This is also called cosecant theta. Now look at these 6 ratios. Y by root of x square plus y square, x by root of x square plus y square, y divided by x divided by y, root of x square plus y square divided by x, root of x square plus y square divided by y. These are the 6 ratios. These 6 ratios are called trigonometric ratios. They have names. This ratio is named like this, sine of theta. This ratio is named like this. Basically, these 6 ratios. Now look at what is the definition is. Look at here. Now these all depend on x and y. We will always, this root is there. This root is always positive. Always square root whatever we are writing. This is, we will always consider positive. We will always consider positive. Now look at here. X greater than in quadrant 1. In quadrant 1. X greater than 0, y greater than x positive, y positive. This root whatever written we will always consider positive. Now look at sin theta is positive quantity divided by positive quantity. If theta is in, if angle is in first quadrant, sin theta is what? Positive. Cos theta is what? Positive. Tan theta positive, cot theta positive, secant theta positive, cosecant theta positive. That means in quadrant 1, every trigonometric ratio will be positive. Here we will write all, look at all. That means all positive here. All, we will write like this, silver. We will follow a rule. All silver teacups. Positive or negative to write. Positive or negative. Positive or negative. Look at. I will write here. In quadrant 1. In quadrant 1, as x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, all positive. All means all trigonometric ratios are positive. All means here all positive. In quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, what is that? X less than 0, y greater than 0. X less than 0 means x less than 0, y greater than 0. Okay, now x less than 0, y greater than 0. Suppose look at sin theta is only y. Below root we will always consider positive. Sin theta is y is negative by positive. Negative by positive. Positive by positive means sin theta positive. Next cos theta negative. Tan theta negative. Positive by negative. Cot theta negative by positive, negative. Secant theta, this is positive by negative, negative. Cosecant theta is positive. That means in quadrant 2, sin comma cos positive. Sin comma cos positive, remaining negative. Look at here, silver indicates that first 2 letters are there. Sin, comma, it's reciprocal. Sin reciprocal is what? Cosecant positive. Remaining negative. The silver indicates that SI, sin, and its reciprocal cosecant positive. And the remaining That means if theta is there in first quadrant, all sine, cos, and all are positive. Theta is there in second quadrant. Only sine theta and cosecant theta positive, remaining all negative. So in quadrant 3, if angle is there, theta is there in third quadrant. That means x less than 0, y less than 0. X less than 0, y less than 0 means sine theta negative. This is positive, negative by positive, negative, cos theta negative, tan theta negative by negative, positive, cot theta negative by negative, positive, secant theta negative, cosecant theta negative. Only tan comma cot positive, remaining negative. That means here T indicates that first letter tan and its reciprocal positive. In quadrant 3, only tan and cot are positive, remaining negative. Next, in quadrant 4, what happens? In quadrant 4, x is positive, y is negative. X is positive, y is negative. Now look at sine theta, negative by positive, negative, cos theta, positive by positive. So positive, tan theta, negative, cot theta, negative, secant theta, look at positive by positive, positive, cosecant theta, negative. Here C indicates that C means cos, comma, it's reciprocal, positive, remaining negative, remaining negative. That means here in quadrant 4, cos, comma, secant positive. You can remember like this. If theta is in first quadrant means all trigonometric values will be positive. If theta is in second quadrant, silver means first two letters sine and its reciprocal cosecant positive. If theta lies in third quadrant, T means tan cot positive, remaining negative. If theta lies in fourth quadrant, then C cos secant. Theta lies in first quadrant, how can you know? If it lies between 0 and 90, I don't know, 0 to 90, then all positive. Then 90 to 180, quadrant 2, sine cosecant positive, remaining all negative. Now look at theta lies between 180 and 270. Tan theta, cot theta positive, remaining all negative. If theta lies in quadrant 4, that means it lies between 270 and 360. Cos theta, secant theta positive and the remaining all negative. Like that, depending on the angle, we can say that in which quadrant, which trigonometric ratio is positive and which trigonometric ratio is negative. This is all silver teacups concept. Okay. Now look at in every quadrant, if one trigonometric ratio is given, how to calculate other trigonometric ratios we will see now. So just in right angle triangle, opposite by hypotenuse, adjacent by, this is the basic concept, opposite by adjacent. In right angle triangle, we are able to write all the trigonometric ratios. Look at how to find trigonometric ratios if one trigonometric ratio is given. We will see. Look at. In quadrant 1, let us say again I am drawing quadrants. Again I will draw the quadrants. So here x greater than 0, y greater than 0. So here x less than 0, y greater than 0. This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. X less than 0, y less than 0. In quadrant 4, x greater than 0, y less than 0. Look at first one. If theta is in quadrant 1, if theta belongs to quadrant 1, that means theta is between 0 and 90 degree. 0 and 90 degree. Suppose let us say 30 degree. So first what we have to do is we have to measure that angle. For finding trigonometric ratios, theta means, let us say I have measured the angle. I will measure the angle. I will measure the angle and let us say theta. Measurement will be like this only. Any angle. Then let that be P. Let that be P. Let that be P. Let that be P. That is called x comma y. That is called x comma y. First draw the terminal ray. Theta is in quadrant 1. How to measure that? We will measure that. This angle is theta. This angle is theta. Now let the terminal point be P. That point is called x comma y. So x will be positive, y will be positive. Now construct the triangle in first quadrant. Drop a perpendicular. Drop a perpendicular. Let us say E. That is the triangle. That is the triangle. If theta is in quadrant 1, now this horizontal it is called x, this vertical it is called y. Then it will be called x comma y. Now look at this horizontal line. If this is theta, adjacent we will take x. That we will take y. That means in quadrant 1 position will be like this. Look at. In triangle, this is theta. Theta is acute angle. This is O, this is A, this is P. This is right angle triangle, we will write. So here, horizontal, if this is theta, horizontal to it, we will always write x. Here, what you have to write? X positive. Just like 2. Here, y you have to write? Y positive. Look at OX, no OX. On OX it is, this is x positive and y negative. In the right angle triangle, legs, this x you write positive quantity and y you write positive quantity. This is root of x square plus y square. This is root of x square plus y square. In first quadrant, this is x, this is x, this is y. X will be positive and y will be positive. Suppose take an example. Sin theta equal to 3/4. 0 less than theta less than 90 degree given. Okay, now find all the trigonometric ratios. We will construct a right angle triangle. We will construct a right angle triangle. Look at. Always O, A, P. Like this. So 3/4 we will indicate this as theta. 3/4 given means 3/4 means sin theta. This is 3. 3/5. Let us say 3/5. Now this is 3. This is opposite divided by 5. Now this is what OA is nothing but root of 25 minus 9. This is 4. This is 4. What I am telling is here you write positive, written positive only. Because in quadrant 1, this is in quadrant 1. This is in quadrant 1 means legs you have to write x positive, y positive. Now write now write all the trigonometric ratios. Cos theta. Just you write here adjacent by hypotenuse 4/5. If whatever positive is there, positive rate, negative is there, negative rate. Tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent. That means 3/4. Cot theta is nothing but adjacent by opposite. 4/3. Secant theta. This is nothing but hypotenuse divided by opposite side. 5/3. Cosecant theta. So cosecant theta is nothing but hypotenuse divided by secant theta 5 by 4, sorry, adjacent. Cosecant theta hypotenuse divided by opposite side like this. In quadrant 1, no problem. Here positive will be there, here positive will be there. Suppose just like in quadrant 2, look at. In quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, that means 90 to 180 angle. 90 to 180 angle will be there. Look at in quadrant 2. If we measure the angle, what happens is quadrant 2, let us say 120 degree. First we have to draw OP. How we will draw OP? Like this. Like this. So this is the angle we will measure. This is the angle theta. This is the angle theta. That is in quadrant 2. Now right angle triangle can be constructed like this. This is OP now. Now drop a perpendicular here. Drop a perpendicular here. This will be A. This will be A. Okay, now this is the right angle triangle. Now this is X. This is X. This is Y. Then this point will be X comma Y. Now here X less than 0. That means horizontal leg, what it will be? Negative. Negative you have to write. Vertical leg, what you have to write? Positive. Now look at. So make a habit of drawing triangle in any way. You can draw. That is not the problem. Here, always make a habit of drawing like this or like this. So look at. If we draw like this, anything you can draw. No problem. This, make a habit. You can draw like this also, no problem. Always make a habit of writing like this or like that. Look at this. Now, while writing this X, this is in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 X is what? Negative. Horizontal leg, you have to write negative. Horizontal leg, you have to write negative. Here, whatever you will write, Y write positive. This hypotenuse will make it always positive. That means here, whatever you will write negative, just like -2, and this is 3. Right? Suppose look at example. If suppose take an example. If sin theta equal to 2 by 3. 2 by 3 and given that 90 degree less than theta less than, follow carefully, these are simple basics. So theta is in quadrant 2. Theta is in, we will decide that theta is in which quadrant? Quadrant 2. Okay, now I am constructing the triangle. Now I am constructing the triangle. Carefully see. So this is OAP. This is OAP. Now I have to write the legs. Sin theta is 2 by 3. That is opposite 2 and 3. Now I will calculate OA. OA is nothing but root of 9 minus 4. This is root 5. But don't write root 5 here. Okay, of course, this length is root 5 only. But for writing trigonometric ratios, this is X, this is Y. This is X, this is Y. X must be written what? Minus root 5. If you are not writing minus root 5, you will get wrong answer. Always in quadrant 2. In quadrant 2, X is negative. So this horizontal leg negative you write and vertical leg positive you write. Now look at sin theta given cos theta. If you write directly, you will get with sin. Cos theta. Now cos theta is what? Cos theta is adjacent divided by. Directly you will get here itself. In second quadrant, cos theta is what? Negative. Tan theta. Tan theta is what? Opposite. 2 divided by minus root 5. Look at negative, you got cot theta. Cot theta minus root 5 divided by 2. Now look at directly with sine you will get secant theta hypotenuse divided by adjacent side. Look at this is nothing but minus 3 by root 5. Cosecant theta, what you will get? Hypotenuse 3 divided by 2. Look at everything with sign you got. Just like that, if in quadrant 2 is there, you write x less than 0, horizontal one negative, vertical one positive. Here root 5 you got. If you write root 5 and if you write everything, you will get positive quantities only. Like that, x is negative, y is positive, horizontal negative, vertical positive. So like that, suppose take another example here only. If suppose cos theta is given, suppose cos theta is given minus 3 by 5 and theta is in quadrant 2. Theta is in quadrant 2. Cos theta is given minus 3 by 5, just quadrant 2. You construct quadrant 2. So this is OAP. Now what to write? Cos theta. You have to write this leg x negative only, minus 3 here. Don't never write hypotenuse negative by 5. Now this you have to write positive. That means actual AP is what? Root of 25 minus 9. This is what? 4. You write 4 only. So here write negative, write positive. So now you can write everything. What is sine theta? What is sine theta? If you write, you will get positive. Directly with sine, you will get. If you write tan theta. If you write tan theta, 4 divided by minus 3. Minus 4 by 3. Or theta is what? Minus 3 by 4. Like that, you can write every trigonometric ratio. Which sign you will get? Suppose let us say in quadrant 3. In quadrant 3 scenario will be like this. In quadrant 3, suppose if the angle theta is in quadrant 3, we will draw a ray like this, measuring the angle. P will be like this. This is the angle theta. This is the angle theta which is in quadrant 3. Terminal ray will be in quadrant 3. Now what we will do is we will draw the perpendicular like this. Let us say A. Now this is x, this is y. Then this is called x comma y. Now look at here. What you have to take in quadrant 3, x less than 0, y less than 0. Here what you have to write? Vertical leg. Horizontal leg is negative, vertical leg is negative. That means in triangle what we will write is, always we will make a habit of triangle like this. Horizontal leg, here you have to write negative quantity. Here you have to write negative quantity, and then this is. In quadrant 3 means 90 degree less than theta. 180 degree less than theta. Look at, suppose for example, here I am writing example. Suppose if tan theta equal to 2 by 5, given that 180 degree less than theta less than 270 degree. Less than 270 degree. You have to find the remaining trigonometric ratios. So clearly theta is in which quadrant? Third quadrant. You have to decide which quadrant it is. In third quadrant, x less than 0, y less than 0. While writing, make a triangle first. OAP, tan theta, opposite. Look at here. What you have to write? Here negative quantity. Here negative quantity you have to write. You must not write 2 here, 5 here. You can write like -2 and -5. No problem. Because this is 2 by 5 itself is -2 by -5 exists that. Such that here it is negative, here it is negative, and tan theta is what? Ratio 2 by 5 only. So this is root of 25 plus 4. 29. Even if it is like this also, tan theta is what? 2 by 5 only. But here x negative you must write, y negative you must write. Now if you write sin theta, look at positive or negative. Sin theta opposite -2 divided by root 20. Negative. In third quadrant it is negative. Except tan theta and cos theta and cot theta, everything is negative. You will get with sign if you write like this. So tan theta is given cot theta. Cot theta is this divided by this 5 by 2 positive. Look at secant theta is root 29 divided by adjacent side. Look at negative you got. Suppose cosecant theta. Suppose look at cosecant theta. What you will get? Root 29 divided by -2. Just like that, x, y, whatever it is there, if it is in quadrant, you write according to the quadrant, x and y. Here, x less than 0, y less than 0. That only you write here. Because triangle will form like this here. This is x, this is y, this is x less than 0 and y less than 0. Like that, take another example in the quadrant 3 only. Suppose it is given like this. If theta is in quadrant 3, if theta is in quadrant 3, suppose secant theta is given -3 by 2. Let us say like this. -3 by 2. So now construct the triangle like this, no problem. Now secant theta. Now what you have to write is here negative quantity in third quadrant. Here negative quantity you have to write. First write secant theta. Secant theta means here you don't write -3. 3 here. Only 3 positive. Don't write -3. So 3 divided by adjacent you write -2. Here -2. Now calculate AP. AP is nothing but root of 9 minus root of 9 minus 4. This is what? Root 5. Don't write root 5, write minus root 5. Minus root 5. This length is root 5 only, but for writing sin theta, tan theta like that, it must be taken minus root 5. So now look at here, -2 here negative, minus root 5 negative. And even secant theta is what? Even secant theta is -2 by 3 only. -3 by -2 is what? Same condition satisfied. Just like that, if you got root 5, you write minus root 5 here because y value you have to write negative, x value you have to write negative. Now you can write all the trigonometric ratios. Sin theta is nothing but, look at, minus root 5 divided by 3. Negative. So similarly, cos theta is nothing but, write directly. -2 divided by 3. If minus is there, -2 divided by 3. Tan theta, look at minus root 5 divided by -2. If you have written root 5 here and -2 here, you will get negative. But in quadrant 3, tan cannot be negative, tan positive now. So therefore, cot theta. Cot theta is nothing but, -2 divided by minus root 5. 2 divided by root 5. Cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is nothing but 3 divided by opposite side. Like that. In quadrant 3 scenario. Suppose in quadrant 4. Suppose in quadrant 4. In quadrant 4, how the x will be? X greater than 0, y less than 0. So look at, angle will be in quadrant 4 like this. Angle will be in quadrant 4. If you measure the angle, like this terminal ray will come. Okay, we will measure the angle like this. You know, in quadrant 4 means angle lies between 270 to 360. 270 to 360 degree angle lies. Okay, now suppose if you want to measure 300, this is 270 plus 30. So angle will be this. Now look at here. We will complete the triangle like this. Drop a perpendicular. So this is A. Now this is X, this is Y. Now here X must be positive, Y must be negative. Look at in this quadrant OX, OY. Then this will become X comma Y. So X must be positive, Y must be negative. So horizontal leg must be positive and vertical leg must be negative in quadrant 4. Look at one example. If cos theta equals to cos theta equal to 3 divided by 5, 270 degree less than theta less than 360 degree. This is given. So that means it indicates that theta lies in quadrant 4. Theta lies where? Quadrant 4. Now draw the triangle. In your own manner, draw the triangle. Right? So O, A, P. Now what must be written? X must be positive. Here positive, here negative. X must be positive, Y must be negative. Cos theta is given 3 by 5. So comfortably you write 3 only here. So this is 5. So this is 5. Now if you calculate AP, this is root of 25 minus 9. So this is 4. AP length is 4 only. But here negative you have to write. While for writing trigonometric ratios, they write negative because X must be positive and Y must be negative. If you write 4 and write the trigonometric ratios, you will get wrong. So now cos theta is given. Now write sin theta. Sin theta is nothing but opposite divided by hypotenuse. Minus 4 divided by 5. Now next cos theta is already given tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but opposite. Minus 4 divided by 3. In fourth quadrant, cos and secant only positive. Remaining negative. Here you got negative value. Here you got negative value. Cot theta is nothing but adjacent by opposite side. That means you got minus 3 by 4. So similarly, secant theta. Secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse divided by horizontal adjacent side. 5 by 3. Now cosecant theta. Now cosecant theta is nothing but hypotenuse divided by opposite side. Only cos here positive and secant here positive. Look at remaining all negative you got like that. Just simple thing. You write the legs according to the in any quadrant. Just complete these legs and know in which quadrant theta lies and complete these legs. In first quadrant, horizontal leg will be positive, vertical leg will be positive. In second quadrant, horizontal leg will be X will be negative, vertical leg Y will be positive. In third quadrant, horizontal leg X will be negative, vertical leg Y will be negative. In fourth quadrant, horizontal leg X will be positive and vertical leg will be negative. Like that, if you solve the problem, it will become very easy, no confusing manner. Okay, now. So trigonometry I will continue on Monday, Amma.